Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Megan. I'm currently sitting here at the end of 2024 reminiscing about all the things that happened this year and looking forward at a 2025 that is, it's scary. It's scary to imagine what a year is going to be like. I mean, looking back at 2024, I don't think I could have imagined half the things that happened, and it's also hard to remember the other half of the things that happened. So I thought it'd be really comforting to actually sit down and be able to talk to myself at the end of 2025 to see how things went. Let's get this interview started.
Thank you so much for that.
I love this outfit you're wearing.
Oh, thank you so much. I really just wanted to try and dress up for the interview, so thank you.
Can I ask about where you're sitting? Did you move?
Oh, so yeah, we're still in the same house. We had the debate of moving this year, but just financially it seemed like it'd be better to wait and try and find someplace next year instead, maybe. I mean, this house has been very good to us this year, even if the washer did just break again, but that's a problem for tomorrow or later.
So let's start with some topical stuff. At the end of 2024, I read the first book that I've read since probably college. So I set a goal to read 3 books in 2025. How did that go?
Oh wow, just 3 books. Well, we greatly overachieved that. I think our end total, including the book that you just said you finished reading, was 11 books. That is including the book that you just read. So I think this year in total was just 10 books, and I think I tallied up the number of pages, and it was something like 4,700 words, which I think is, that's really awesome. And actually I've been planning on doing a video talking about all the books that I read and that I enjoyed this past year, so maybe that's something that you'll be excited to watch.
Do you have any recommendations?
Ooh, recommendations. I mean, I have been telling everybody to read Julie Chan is Dead, because that was a really surprising book. And I think it did talk a lot about influencer culture, which I think is very important to see in the culture we have nowadays. And I thought it was just a fun take on a murder mystery as well. Also, I just read The Examiner, and The Examiner was a very different kind of book, and one that was very satisfying to see all the pieces come together, because I'm not very good at solving the mystery, but all the clues were there. So I think someone who's very good at finding out those clues would be able to figure it out much faster than I did, and technically didn't. But it was still very fun, and I highly recommend those too.
What about movies and TV shows? I mean, okay, let's be honest, all we watch is YouTube and Dropout stuff. So what about those? Anything fun?
So yeah, we do still just watch a lot of Dropout and YouTube, but this past year we did watch 2 movies, and it was just the Wicked movies, which were both very good. But we did see the 3rd in the trilogy for the, I think it's called the Knives Out series, but it was called Wake Up Dead Man, and that was really cool. We've been doing a lot of murder mystery stuff this year, I think, which is pretty cool. We should run an actual murder mystery next year. I think that's a good goal to have.
You know, that got me thinking. We wanted to do cosplay again this year. I mean, it's kind of been an on and off goal for a while, but did we get into that this year?
Yeah, you're so right. So we did spend a lot of time making a Lucy Gray Bard cosplay from the Hunger Games, which we only sort of like half wore to the Renaissance Festival. Still was very cool, and I know you've been working on a video about that, and I will finish it for you. But we did also get to cosplay as Taco to the Candlelight event, so maybe you saw that video.
And I feel like we can't talk about cosplay without also talking about makeup. So what were some of the looks that you really enjoyed doing this year?
Ooh, some of the looks I enjoyed doing this year. There are some that I've been doing for a video that's gonna be coming next year. So I don't want to spoil those, but I do think that they are very, very cool. I'm trying to think of what other ones I did. I did a very cool, like, siren-y purple makeup look very recently, which I didn't actually make a video for because I was just playing around with makeup, which I think has sort of been a goal of mine as well, is to kind of just play around with makeup more rather than doing makeup specifically for a video. Not to say that I'm not going to do makeup for videos anymore. Obviously that's a huge passion of mine, but being able to just do stuff without the expectation of making a video about it later is very relaxing. So I think those are kind of the ones that I can think of, but I'm sure there are more that if I went back in my photos, I'd be like, oh, how could I forget this awesome look? So I think that's the answer to that question.
That is a really good makeup look. You know, something that was really fun for us this year is we did a redo of a punk makeup look from a few years ago and also talked about our tattoos. So I gotta know, please tell me that you got a tattoo in 2025.
Yeah, we got a tattoo in 2025. I think this was also the year that we did the mini tattoo vlog of us actually getting that tattoo, but don't worry, we did get more tattoos, and I'm very excited for the ones that I have planned for 2026.
You know, it has been so nice getting to chat, but I do actually want to go over the bingo list of resolutions that we made this year. So how's that sound?
Oh, I am so excited to go over all the resolutions. I mean, doing the bingo sheet has been something I've been doing for years now, and I've already started working on 2026 bingo sheet, but I'm also adding like a special category of like the actual big resolution I want to try and take care of, but still including my bingo sheet because I think that kind of alleviates a lot of the stress of one big resolution, you know? But yeah, let's dive into it.
Did you actually submit an audition tape for Survivor?
We had every intention to submit that audition tape. However, the world kind of went to shit. So we're kind of focusing on things here where we live before deciding to go anywhere else. But we did get a passport, so that's cool.
The show's been on for 48 seasons. We'll get another chance to do it.
Exactly. And I also have a lot of friends that are actually into Survivor. So theoretically, I could always just have Survivor at home.
Okay. So here's a weird thing that I'm paranoid about. But did you ever get the splinter out of your foot? Because it's been bugging me for like 2 weeks.
I cannot believe I forgot about this splinter. That had been in my foot for like, what, a month or so? Yes, I think it did come out like a month after you started this interview. So yeah, the splinter's gone, but man, we had some crazy health stuff happen at the end of 2024 that I'm very grateful didn't continue into 2025.
Speaking of weird medical things, actually, I almost broke my foot on Thanksgiving and then burned my hand on New Year's. So please tell me that you've had better luck this year.
It's almost like I wrote these questions for myself. I just answered that question. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, everything was totally fine this year. Maybe I should go back and read these interview questions, but yes, thankfully 2025 went much smoother.
Another resolution I'm seeing here was to make 6 YouTube videos this year, not including this one. Did you make 6? Or including this one, did you do 6?
I think 6 was a really reasonable goal because with this video, that's 6. We did do some short form content, which was pretty fun, and I think I would like to delve into doing more of the short form content because it is a little bit easier to just sort of do that. I think the longer ones, for me at least, I just want to put more care and intention into them, and I think short form just allows me to be more creative quickly. But yeah, we did with this video. That's 6. Yippee!
Which video did you most enjoy making?
I mean, I do think that the New York vlog was fun, also because I got to go to New York City for that.
Oh, hell yeah.
And of course my Everybody Loves Malord video, which I did say was her birthday video. It's not her birthday. Her birthday is actually on May 22nd. I was gonna say it's next year. Her birthday happens every year. We finally found out what day her actual birthday is. It's May 22nd, so ignore a lot of the things I say at the beginning of that video, but it's a lot of cute videos of our cat, so that's a great one.
You know, a few of those videos were definitely ones I filmed back in 2024, so I'm glad they finally made it out of the edit bay.
Yeah, and I know which ones you're talking about too, and they're still in the editing bay, unfortunately.
You know, every year we make the same resolutions, like drinking more water, stretching more, things that are really vague, so they're definitely going to be achieved throughout the year. And one thing we've added recently is do one thing that scares you. So for me this year, it was going back to therapy, which has been great. It was very scary to do, but I want to know what was the scary thing that you did this year?
Oh yeah, I do think that stretching and drinking more water are very necessary goals to have every year because it is just important to have that mindset of like, I should be doing this. And I'm so grateful for getting into therapy last year because that's been a huge help this entire year. I think the big thing that we were working on was just putting ourselves out there. I had a lot of experiences with friends and people that I was just sort of mildly aware of as people. Like for example, we went on a camping trip with people that one person we knew, kind of, and a bunch of their friends. So that was a very scary thing to sort of just put myself out there as like, I hope these people just like me for me and not trying to put on this facade of someone who's entertaining and deserving of friendship. I'm trying to just allow that to happen and not be afraid of being myself.
That is such a great answer. I think that's really all the big questions I have for you. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Honestly, thank you. This was a really fun way to look back on the year and reflect on all the things that happened, and I'm kind of excited to do this again for next year.
One last thing actually before we wrap up, because I had a lot of pointed questions, but I'm sure there are some things I didn't ask about that you want to talk about for this year. So the floor is yours. Anything you want to talk about?
What are some things I want to talk about? Stop using AI. It's killing our planet. Seriously. That's why there's no winter. Why do you think there's no snow? I was going to say the same thing. Other things I want to talk about, I am just trying to do more things to find joy, because there is a lot of very hard things happening right now, and just trying to bring back more of that whimsy and push back against a lot of the, I won't say the big word here on YouTube, but push back against a lot of things that are very anti-whimsy, very minimalist, clean girl, trying to fight back against boring. So I think that is really a big goal I want to try and have for 2026. Thank you again. This has been a blast. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this interview all year. And since you're the one that's about to head into 2026, which sounds fake, I want you to take over the outro. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, whether this is your first video of mine or you've watched all of my videos this year or previous years. Thank you so much for being along on the journey. Once again, my name is Megan. That was also Megan. And this was so much fun to be able to interview myself, and maybe I'll do it again next year. But I'll just leave you with some parting words of advice, which is go on, have fun. You're going to be amazing. Have a great year. All right, fingers crossed I got everything. Bye.